Okay, so our progress report says we are at stage 5, paragraph page 390. Okay, and our last headword was everyday, newer type of lesson.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with revision. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, let me just scroll down. Okay, here we go. First question. What's the opposite of the verb to land? What's the opposite of the verb to land? The opposite
The
of the
opposite
verb to land
of the verb to run
is to borrow.
is to borrow.
Very good. Should we always give back the things we borrow? Should we always give back the things we borrow? Yes. We should
Yes, we
always
should
give back
always
the
it's back
things we
the
borrow.
things we borrow.
Wait, if you forgot to bring a pen with you to school, would you have to borrow one from another student? If you forgot to bring a pen with you to school, would you have to borrow one from another student? Yes. If
Yes,
I forgot
if
to
I
bring a
forgot
pen
to
with
bring
me
a
to
pen with
school,
me to
I'd have
school,
to borrow
I'd
one
have to borrow
from
one
another student.
from another student.
Greg, give me an example of the word own after a possessive adjective. Give me an example of the word own after a possessive adjective, please. This is my
This
own book.
is my own book.
Do you live in your own house or does it belong to somebody else? Do you live in your own house or does it belong to somebody else? Yes or no?
Uh, yes,
I live in my
I
own
live
house.
in my own house.
Greg, do you think this is probably my own book or do you think it belongs to the school? Do you think this is probably my own book or do you think it belongs to the school? I think
I think
that's probably your
that's
own book.
probably your own book.
Very good. What's this? What's this? It's your skin.
It's your skin.
Very good. What do we use wire for? What do we use wire for? We use wire
We
to
use
carry
wire to
electricity,
carry
to connect
electricity,
things
to
together,
connect things together,
etc.
etc.
What do we mean by a wireless internet connection? What do we mean by a wireless internet connection? By a wireless
By a
internet
wireless
connection,
internet
we
connection,
mean that we
we
can
mean that
connect
we can
to the
connect
internet
to the internet
without connecting wires
without connecting
to our
wires to
computer.
our computers.
Very good. What can we say instead of a wireless internet connection? What can we say instead of a wireless internet connection? Instead of a
Instead of
wireless
a
internet
wireless
connection,
internet
we can
connection,
say
we
Wi-Fi.
can say Wi-Fi.
Do some bars and cafes offer free Wi-Fi to their customers? Do some bars and cafes offer free Wi-Fi to their customers? Yes, some
Yes,
bars and
some bars
cafes
and
offer
cafes
free
offer
Wi-Fi
free
to
Wi-Fi
their
to
customers.
their customers.
Spell the word Wi-Fi. Spell the word Wi-Fi, please. W-I
W-I
hyphen F-I.
hyphen F-I.
Very good. Tell me three ways of cooking potatoes. Tell me three ways of cooking potatoes, please. Three ways
Three
of cooking
ways of
potatoes
cooking
are
potatoes
boiling,
are boiling,
frying, and roasting.
frying, and roasting.
Do you prefer fried eggs or boiled eggs? Do you prefer fried eggs or boiled eggs? I prefer
I prefer fried eggs
two
to
boiled
boiled
eggs.
eggs.
Very good. How long does it take to boil potatoes? How long does it take to boil potatoes? It takes about
It takes
20
about 20
minutes to
minutes,
boil
20
potatoes.
minutes to boil the potatoes.
Wait, what's a wall normally built of? What's a wall normally built of? A wall is
A wall
normally
is
built of
normally
bricks.
built of bricks.
Bricks. Very good. Where do the words as well, to, and also usually go? Where do the words as well, to, and also usually go? The words as
The
well
words
and
as
to
well and to
go at the end
go at the
at the
end of
sentence.
at the
But
sentence,
the word also
but the words
usually
also
goes
usually
after
goes
the
after
first
the
auxiliary verb.
first auxiliary verb.
Give me an example of each. Give me an example of each, please. I will be sleeping
I would
at
be sleeping.
I will be sleeping
I will be
at
sleeping
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
My sister will
My
be
sister
sleeping as
will be
well.
sleeping at
My
school.
mother.
My
Oh,
mother.
do you need to get that?
Oh, ah, sorry. My
Doorbell. Is that a doorbell?
doorbell is
Okay, okay.
coming.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Wait a
No
minute,
problem.
please.
Give me an example of each.
Okay.
Oh, is it there? Okay, you're fine.
Ah,
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Give me an example of each. Give me an example of each, please. I will be sleeping
I will be
at
sleeping
3 a.m.
at 3
My
a.m.
sister
My
will
sister
be sleeping as
will be
well.
sleeping at
My
12.
mother will
My
be
mother
sleeping
will
too.
be sleeping too.
My brother
My
will
brother
also be
will
sleeping.
also be sleeping.
Reggie, give me an example of the word also when there is no auxiliary verb. Give me an example of the word also when there is no auxiliary verb, please. I love coffee.
I love
And
coffee
I also
and
love
I
tea.
also love tea.
Very good. When do we use the future continuous? When do we use the future continuous? We use the
We
future
use the
continuous
future
for an
continuous
action
or an
that
action
will be in
that will
progress
be in
at a
progress
particular
at a
time
particular
in the
time
future.
in the future.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. I will be working
I will be
at
working
this time tomorrow.
at this time tomorrow.
What do you think you will be doing at this time tomorrow? What do you think you will be doing at this time tomorrow? I think I'll be
I think I'll be
uh, learning
uh,
English
running English.
at this
Yeah, maybe
time
like
tomorrow.
yes. Tomorrow at this time tomorrow.
Very good. Will you still be studying English in 50 years' time? Will you still be studying English in 50 years' time? No, I
No,
won't still
I
be
won't still
studying
be
English
studying
in
English
50 years'
in
time.
50 years time.
Very good. Where do you think you'll be living in 10 years' time? Where do you think you'll be living in 10 years' time? I think I'll
I
be
think
living
I'll be living Okinawa
in Okinawa in 10 years' time.
in 10 years time.
Very good. Okay, what's this? What's this? It's an inch.
It's an inch.
Very good. What's this? What's this? It's a foot.
It's a foot.
What's this? What's this? It's a yard.
It's a yard.
How many centimeters make an inch? How many centimeters make an inch? About two and a
About
half
2.5
centimeters make an
centimeters
inch.
make an inch.
How many inches make a foot? How many inches make a foot? 12 inches
12
make a
inches
foot.
make a foot.
How many feet make a yard? How many feet make a yard? 3 feet
3
make a
feet
yard.
make a yard.
Is a yard longer than a meter? Is a yard longer than a meter? No, a
No,
yard isn't
a
longer
yard isn't
than a
longer
meter.
than the meter.
It's shorter than a meter.
It's shorter than the meter.
Consequently, when we run 100 yards, do we run further than 100 meters? Consequently, when we run 100 yards, do we run further than 100 meters? No. When we
No,
run
when we
100
run a
yards,
hundred
we
yards,
don't run
we
further
don't run
than a
further
100
than a
meters.
hundred meters.
We run less than
We run less
a
than
100
a
meters.
hundred meters.
Very good. Are you wearing a chain? Are you wearing a chain? Yes or no?
Uh, no,
I'm not
I'm not
wearing
wearing
a
a
chain.
chain.
Very good. What do we mean when we say someone is a chain smoker? What do we mean when we say someone is a chain smoker? When we say
When we
someone
say
is a chain
someone is
smoker,
a chain
we mean
smoker,
that
we mean
he or
that
she
he,
smoked
he or she
one
smoke
cigarette
one
after
cigarette
another
after another
without stopping
without stopping
like a chain.
like a chain.
Very good. Okay, what's my book doing? What's my book doing? Your book's rising
Your
in
book's
the air.
writing in the air.
Does the sun rise early in winter? Does the sun rise early in winter? No, the
No,
sun doesn't
the sun
rise
doesn't rise
early in winter.
early in winter.
It rises late.
It rises late.
Greg, is the cost of living constantly rising these days? Is the cost of living constantly rising these days? Yes or no?
No,
The cost of,
if a
yeah,
cost
of
uh,
living.
of living.
One more. Yes or no?
Yes,
The cost of living
the cost of
is
living
constantly rising
is constantly
these
rising
days.
these days.
Greg, what did you do if this table slowly began to rise into the air without anybody touching it? What did you do if this table slowly began to rise into the air without anybody touching it? If that table
If that
slowly
table
began to
slowly
rise
began
into the
to
air
rise into the
without
air
anybody touching
without
it,
anybody touching
I'd
it,
run out of the
I'd
room,
run out of the
etc.
room, etc.
Where are you wearing a belt? Are you wearing a belt? Yes or no?
No, I'm
I'm
not.
wearing a belt.
I'm a belt.
Wearing what? No, I'm not
No,
wearing a
I'm not
belt.
wearing a belt.
Very good. What do the words hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly mean? What do the words hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly mean? The words hourly,
The word
daily,
hourly,
weekly,
daily,
monthly,
weekly,
and yearly
monthly,
mean
and yearly
every
means
hour, every day,
every hour, every day,
every week, every
every
month,
week, every
and
month,
every
and
year.
every year.
The most radio stations have hourly traffic news. The most radio stations have hourly traffic news. Yes, most
Yes,
radio
most
stations
radio
have
stations
hourly
have
traffic
hourly
news.
traffic news.
Which daily newspaper do you read? Which daily newspaper do you read? I read.
I read Sankei newspaper
Well, do you
every.
read? Do you read any weekly newspaper? Do you read any weekly newspaper? Yes or no?
No, I
I
don't
don't
read
read any weekly
any
newspaper.
weekly newspaper.
Well, how many hours of English do you study monthly? How many hours of English do you study monthly? I study
I study 30
hours of English
hours of
monthly.
English monthly.
Where do you usually go for your yearly holidays? Where do you usually go for your yearly holidays? I usually go
I usually go onsen hotels
for my yearly
for my
holidays.
yearly holidays.
Very good. Okay. What's the difference between allow and let? What's the difference between allow and let? The difference between
The difference between
allow and let
allow
is
and
that
let
allow
is that
has
allow
the
has
infinitive
the
with
infinitive
to after it,
with to after it,
whereas let
whereas
has
let
the infinitive
has the infinitive
without to after
with
it.
to after it.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. The doctor allowed
The
me
doctor
to
allowed
change
me
my
to
appointment.
change my
The
appointment.
doctor let me change
The, the doctor let me
my
change
appointment.
my appointment.
Right, what sometimes happen when we let people borrow things that belong to us? What sometimes happens when we let people borrow things that belong to us? When we let people
When we rent
borrow
people
things
borrow
that
things
belong to us,
that belong to
they
us, they
sometimes don't
sometimes
return them.
don't return them.
Greg, do you think it's a good idea to allow children to do as they please? Do you think it's a good idea to allow children to do as they please? No, I don't
No,
think
I don't
it's a
think
good
it's
idea
a good
to
idea
allow children
to allow the
to
children
do as they
to
please.
do as they please.
Do you think it's dangerous these days to let people we don't know enter our houses? Do you think it's dangerous these days to let people we don't know enter our houses? Yes or no?
No,
I don't think it's
I don't
dangerous
think it's
these
dangerous
days to
these
let
days
people
to
we
let
don't know
people we don't know
enter our houses.
enter our houses.
Do you think more people would kill each other if the law of the country let them? Do you think more people would kill each other if the law of the country let them? Yes or no?
No,
I don't think
I
more
don't
people
think
would
more
kill
people
each other
would kill each
if
other
the law of the
if the law
country
of the
let
country
them.
let them.
Regid, which is it right to say I was let or I was allowed? Which is it right to say I was let or I was allowed? It's right to say
It's right to
I was
say
allowed.
I was allowed
Why? Why? Because we
because
cannot use let
we cannot use
in the
let
passive
in
voice.
the passive
Do
voice.
you think students should be allowed to use their mobile phones during lessons? Do you think students should be allowed to use their mobile phones during lessons? Yes or no?
No,
I don't think
I don't
students
think
should be
students
allowed
should
to
be
use
allowed
their
to
mobile
use the
phones
mobile phones
during lessons.
during the lessons.
Very good. Okay, okay, and that's the end of our revision. Let's have
Okay,
new work. Very good.
okay.
Okay, so let's start. Okay, repeat. Anywhere,
Anywhere,
somewhere,
somewhere,
not anywhere.
not anywhere.
Where?
Where?
On the wall.
On the wall.
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Very good. Okay, listen. Anywhere. The word anywhere is non-specific and is used in interrogative sentences like question. Somewhere is an adverb. It means someplace in or at a place having a position that is not stated or not known. We use somewhere in positive sentences. For example, you must have to put the letter somewhere. We use not anywhere in negative sentences. Where, the word where is an adverb. It means in or to which place. Where. Where is specific and has specific answer and is used in interrogative sentence as well to get an exact or specific answer. For example, where are you going? So you have to answer specific. I'm going to the park. I'm going to the office, like that. On the wall, for example, there are some pictures on the wall. Nowhere is an adverb. Nowhere means not in any place or at any place. For example, if there's nowhere to sit on a bus, I have to stand. There's nowhere in the world can a man murder another man without breaking the law. Let's practice. Is there a book anywhere in this room? Is there a book anywhere in this room? Yes, there's a
Yes,
book somewhere
there's a book somewhere
in that room.
in that room.
Is there a radio anywhere in this room? Is there a radio anywhere in this room? No, there
No,
isn't a
there
radio
isn't a
anywhere
radio
in that
anywhere
room.
in that room.
If there's nowhere to sit on a bus, what do you have to do? If there's nowhere to sit on a bus, what do you have to do? If there's
If
nowhere
there's
to sit
nowhere
on a
to
bus,
sit on the
I
bus,
have to stand.
I have to stand.
Is there anywhere near there I can buy foreign books? Is there anywhere near there I can buy foreign books? Yes, there's
Yes,
somewhere near
there's
here
somewhere near
you
here
can buy foreign
you
books.
can buy foreign books.
Is there anywhere in your town I could get my hair cut for nothing? Is there anywhere in your town I could get my hair cut for nothing? No, there
No,
isn't
there
anywhere
isn't
in my
anywhere
town
in my
you could
town
get your
you
hair
could
cut
get your
for
haircut
nothing.
for nothing.
Where in the world can a man murder another man without breaking the law? Where in the world can a man murder another man without breaking the law? There's nowhere in the
There's
world
nowhere in the
where a
world
man
where
can
a
murder
man
another
can
man
murder another
without
man
breaking the law.
without breaking a law.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? If I could live
If I could live
anywhere in the world,
anywhere in the world,
I live in
I'd live in I live
where would you
in
like to live? New York, Okinawa, London.
London
London. Why? Why? Because
because I've never seen here.
I've never
I've never
been
visited
I've never
London.
been to London.
I've never been to London.
Very good. Okay, next repeat.
Loose,
Loosen.
lucent.
Very good. Okay, listen. Loose is an adjective. There are a lot of meanings of the word loose. Number one, loose means without a chain on the neck. For example, I think it's not okay to let dogs run around loose. I think they should be kept on a chain. Number two, loose like, for example, loose clothes. People in hot countries wear loose clothes to keep themselves cool. Number three, loose like loose stones. Small stones that you can see anywhere. For example, there are some loose stones on the road outside the school. Loosen is a verb. Loosen means to make something less tight or less fastened. For example, a man sometimes loosens his tie because it's more comfortable. Let's practice. Do you think it's okay to let dogs run around loose, or do you think they should be kept on a chain? Do you think it's okay to let dogs run around loose, or do you think they should be kept on a chain? I think
Uh, I think it's okay
to let dogs
to let
run
dogs
around loose.
run around loose.
Very good. Why do people in hot countries wear loose clothes? Why do people in hot countries wear loose clothes? People in hot
People
countries
in hot countries
wear loose
wear
clothes
loose
to
clothes
keep themselves
to keep
cool.
themselves cool.
Very good. Are there a lot are there any loose stones on the road outside your house? Are there any loose stones on the road outside your house? Yes or no?
Yes,
There are
there
some
are
loose stones
some loose
on
stones
the road
on the
outside
road
my house.
outside of my house.
Very good. Why does a man sometimes loosen his tie? Why does a man sometimes loosen his tie? A man
A
sometimes
man
loosen his
sometimes
tie
loses his tie
because it's more
because
comfortable.
he's more comfortable.
Very good. Next, repeat. Storm,
Storm,
lightning,
lightning,
thunder.
thunder.
Very good. Okay, listen. Storm is a noun. A storm is a short period of very bad weather. Lightning is a noun. A lightning is a powerful flash of light in the sky caused by electricity and followed by a thunder. Thunder is a noun. A thunder is the loud noise that you hear during a storm, usually after a flash of lightning. For example, we sometimes see lightning and hear thunder in a storm. Let's practice. What's a storm? What's a storm? A storm
A
is a
storm
short
is
period
a short period
of very bad weather.
of very bad weather.
What do we sometimes see and hear in a storm? What do we sometimes see and hear in a storm? We sometimes see
We sometimes
lightning
see
and hear
lightning and
thunder
hear thunder
in a storm.
in the storm.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading.
Okay,
Okay, so our reading is at stage 4, paragraph page 281. And our last head word was one. Okay, so let's start with stay, 281. Okay, start with stay. What's the best way to keep warm on a cold day?
okay. Uh, um,
Oh, that's the end. So start with one, you, we at the bottom.
okay.